Listen, this right here changed my life when it came to women, because I was always the type, man, I'm gonna get a broad, I'm gonna build her up, put a wig on a pig. Then I got a realization, and I had more success in the next 2 years than I had in the previous decade when I heard this.
How can a man start to level up himself, not only just for the girl, but so for his own confidence?
Man, fuck the broad is what I say first, man. Y'all be way too worried about the broad, man. Listen, my uncle used to tell me, he said, listen, I ain't worried about the broad. I'm worried about myself, and she better keep up, right?
Come on.
That's how your life should be.
How does a dude like level himself up, right?
Number one, you got to cut the vices.
Cut the vices,
yeah. Man. It's a removal process. It's not about adding a whole bunch of things on like most people do when they want to get their life together. Man, you ain't been consistent in nothing in your life, man. You think you can add this, and just do it. Remove the vices. Stop doing all the things that are taking you backward, self-sabotaging behavior first.
Give me some example of the vices.
Okay, you smoking weed.
Yeah.
You drinking. You going out on the weekends on the time when you ain't got your business right. You jacking off all the time. You eating bad.
You don't drink or smoke.
I don't drink or smoke.
I ain't smoked in like 8 years. I ain't drinking 10 years.
And I jumped on and off multiple times until I got to the point where this is fucking stupid, because every time I stopped doing these things, my life immediately elevated. But okay, it's a removal process, right? Once you just remove the wrong things, you'll automatically elevate to baseline, right? And once you're at baseline and you've developed some consistent habits, now you can start adding things. Energy, willpower, and clarity is what it takes to be successful.
Okay.
And smoking weed, alcohol, all of this extra dopamine you getting from all of these things is taking away your energy, willpower, and clarity. And without these, it's going to be very hard to be successful, right? So now you need tools to enhance these things, right? So now you start working out, right? Okay. Not just to get your body and your confidence, right? But you got to work out to raise your frequency, right? Because your frequency is what you frequently see. Wes like to say that all the time. And literally, when you're in a high frequency state, you see solutions to your problem. You see how it's going to work. When you're in a low and negative state, you see how it's not going to work. You're depressed about your life. So you got to work out to get your body right, to get your mind right.
That's going to be a process, right?
Yeah.
But day one,
you're going to feel
start
better.
Feeling better.
You're going to feel better.
Start feeling better, and you're doing the shit you're supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
So you start to
get that daily, those daily wins. Now, then you got to get a proper diet for two reasons. One, you eating all them carbs and all that bullshit and all that processed food, and eating way too many carbs that you're not supposed to be eating. Sugar. Now you got brain fog. Now you're unmotivated. Now you have low energy. How can you be successful like that? How can you even feel good like that, right? Disciplining what you put in your mouth is one of the hardest things to do in life. It's one of the biggest addictions of human beings. So when you could begin to discipline what you put in your mouth, guess what? Now you can conquer outward things, because that's one of the hardest things. But if you can never do that, these dudes, they talk about, I'm gonna be a millionaire, I'm gonna run this business. You can't even deny yourself the desire of that Twinkie, but you think you're gonna run this big multi-million-dollar business with all these employees. Stop it, knock it off. But if you can control inward things, then you can control outward things. So that's where I'd start with. Cutting the vices. It's a removal process. Stop the self-sabotage behavior. Stop the back steps. Get to baseline and start working out. Start eating proper. Then come get with me. Get on my program. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all should holler at him, man. He does online coaching, and he does game coaching.
I got weekly game calls. I got a game community.
Oh, you got it linked to his Instagram.
Young Goldie _. Yeah.
Step 1, remove the vices.
Yeah.
Step 2, working out and eating right.
Yeah, got to get your macros down, your fats, proteins, and carbs, man. If you don't know that, you guessing.
He preaches to the choir over here.
Yeah, this guy right here.
Oh shit, damn. Got the concept over here, man. You know what it is. What'll be the third step for these niggas?
The third step is a daily blueprint with your life. You have to first have clarity, which is why you need to cut the vices, right? You have to have clarity on where you're going. And then you have to have a daily blueprint of non-negotiables that you do every single day.
Come on.
And each one of these tasks is going to get you one step closer to your goal in the long run.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So most people, they wake up in a haphazard way. They just do whatever they feel like doing. You're never going to be successful like that. And if you do, you're not going to be able to duplicate it because you don't know what you did, right? You have to have a daily blueprint aligned with your goals so you can wake up and hit a certain amount of tasks that are all taking you to where you want to go. But most people don't know where they want to go because they never even sat down long enough to figure out what they want.
They don't have it mapped out.
And they don't have it mapped out.
They ain't got the game plan.
Yeah, I've spent over $250,000 in mentorships and things like that. And across all boards on these high level people making millions of dollars a month and sold companies for $200-300 million. They all have some sort of blueprint. They all have different methodologies. And so I structure my day like that. I know you on fire with yours, man. You a high level individual, but you the way you
borderline manic.
Nah, it is. Man. I gotta pick your brain about that later. But yeah, definitely.
What are some of the habits you've seen that people implement to help them like move forward?
Well, it's the basics. Waking up early.
Like early, when you say early, what?
At least 4 a.m.
At least
4:30.
4 a.m.
4:30. Okay, we can do 5 o'clock. I need 5. I need 5. But you know, and it's not just about because there's more time in the day, because depending on when you go to sleep, it might not be.
Right.
Self-inflicted adversity. We live in a time when we so soft. You have to strategically do hard things to keep yourself strong. If you don't, you lose it, atrophy. And most of these dudes are so weak because we got to live such a plush lifestyle. You have to force hard.
Motherfuckers, you get soft, man.
Soft in a muff. This shit is disgusting out here.
Just soft.
And a woman smell it, and she smell it on you dudes too. That's why she don't fuck with you. Hey, people think that, oh damn man, you so hard, man. You know how many women, cold bras, be trying to take me out to dinner as hard as I talk? You know, because they really deep down inside, they love this type of shit. But anyway, one of the non-negotiables has to be cut the vices. People don't understand, man. Yeah, you may drink one day, but you lose 2 days. The day you drunk and the day after.
That's a fact.
And just extrapolate that to an entire year. How many days did you miss? And then if you're talking about compound interest, one of the 8 wonders of the world, you're never going to tap into that compound interest, not to mention the motivation that you don't have the 3rd day. And now it's harder to get back in route. So it's like you're doing so many things when you fuck up with the vices. So cut the vices. Make sure you're going and working out on a regular basis and hitting your macros, because that's all going to attribute to your energy, your clarity, and your willpower.
And it sounds like whatever their goals are, the habits need to be around whatever your other bigger goals.
Let's just say you're trying to I don't know, you're a salesperson, right? So guess what? Then every single day on your blueprint, you need to have something in that direction. Okay, how many cold calls do I need to make every single day? And that's one thing on your list. And so depending on what you're trying to do, it's very simple. But you know, most of us simple, bro. Look, everything is simple before it's hard. But guess what? Most of us weren't taught like that. Most of us were taught to just do whatever went out ever however. Nobody was taught these things. So that's why I like to bring the information that I've learned from high level individuals and distill it down to people who haven't got that information.
That's a fact. You know, when I teach people to do their online fitness business, right, I set up non-negotiables for them, right, because we already know what it is. So they got to have 20 conversations with like potential clients per day, new conversations.
I can bet you most people still don't do it.
They don't do it, man, but everyone who does it wins.
Exactly.
Conversations lead to conversions. And you start getting them conversations in, and you'll get money. It's simple when you get the blueprint. For example, some people, when I'm coaching them, they'll be like, man, that's so difficult. And I'm like, compared to what, right? Once a week, there's a motherfucker cleaning the windows in these buildings, motherfucker hanging off the fucking side of the building like a Latino Spider-Man. That looks difficult in the heat. You know,
it's relative. It's relative.
It's difficult than talking to 20 people, you know?
I say all the time, you know, everything is hard before it's easy. And that's why you need to get around high-level individuals, because every time I get around a high-level individual who having a lot more than me, it's because they're doing more than me. So in proximity, you think you're doing a lot until you get around a high-level individual like yourself, like Wes, like a lot of these 100 millionaires that I know, and you be like, oh, I ain't doing shit. So sometimes it's good to get that perspective, because then it makes you step it up when you see people on a high level and working at a much harder than much more than everybody else.
It changes, it recalibrates your brain. You see motherfuckers doing shit, and it's like, oh, fuck, I thought I was going hard.
Most of y'all are just around a bunch of low-level individuals. You don't really know it because you're low-level, so, you know.
Yeah, because it's like it's difficult to really, really fail in America. If you can't make it here, then you can't make it nowhere. If you was in some shit country with that bullshit, them habits, you be all fucked up.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, safety system.
Man.
Come on, y'all need to tap in.
Come on, man. Yeah. Who giving you game like this, man? They ain't talking like this because they ain't live like this, man. They want you to pay for the broad, and you ain't a real man unless you pay for it, man. Listen, this right here changed my life when it came to women, because I was always the type, man, I'm gonna get a broad, I'm gonna build her up, you know, put a wig on a pig. Then I got a realization, and I had more success in the next 2 years than I had in the previous decade when I heard this. He said, you don't take ducks and teach them to fly. You find eagles and teach them to fly in formations. Stop trying to get that low-level broad and turn her into something, man. And so when that changed my paradigm, I applied it to everything. I don't stop going for the low-level broad. It's too much work. You know what I'm saying? They say, don't try to teach a pig to fly. It's impossible, and it only irritates the pig. You trying too hard with that broad, she ain't never gonna change. Start getting women on a different level. And it's easier to get a duck than it is to get an eagle, but guess what? It's worth it if you take the time and just look for them eagles. I mean, level up, and then maybe you'll be able to see an eagle. If you want that broad to fuck with you, she got to feel like she getting over fucking with you.
She got to feel like she win.
She can't. It ain't no. Women don't do an equal exchange. I'm fucking with somebody on my level, and if she did, you don't want to be on that. That's how much farther ahead you got to be than a broad for her to really fuck with you the way you.
Real shit. You know, like guys be asking me how to get girls, I think, man, like the girl you want. Think about, man, who would you have to be for that girl to be excited to be with you, to chase you?
Real,
right?
Real.
And focus on being that nigga, right? Because if you were him, you wouldn't be asking me that question.
That question.
She'd be asking me that question about you. How can she get you?
Because they too focused on a woman. So they're trying to be what these bras want, right? So they end up becoming something that the bra don't even want, because bras don't never tell you what they actually want. And I'm everything they would say a woman wouldn't want, yet I have more women than most people. You know what I'm saying? So if dudes just started liking themselves and knowing themselves and being themselves, they'll get a woman who actually like them for them, and they ain't got to put on, and they're going to attract the one that they need.
The truth is, man, you can get anything you want if you deserve it. And if you get with a girl who's maybe out of your league, she going to treat you like you out of your league.
That's
like she's out of your league.
That's a fact.
You know?
That's a fact.
But if you want a girl on maybe on whatever that same level, who's excited to be with you,
and then it's not even, it's all subjective. She's only out of your league because you treat her like she is, because you feel like she is. But if you started having a different paradigm of what value is to you, and you strip all her looks and everything and her pussy away from her as being value, guess what? Now you're not coming to her like she's more valuable than you, because you understand, okay, looks, okay, that's something that fades. Pussy, that's free. I can get that from anybody. What is left? Okay, she really has nothing. And if we're going apples to apples, oranges to oranges, I make a certain amount of money. I have this certain network. I've been doing this. I have a mind. I have wisdom. That's way more valuable than her. So now you step into the situation with a different aura, and she's going to respect that. Man, in the game, let me tell you, and that's a blessing just being around the game, is it was the ugliest dudes in the game that you would consider ugly, that you would consider fat, who had the most women. It was never about looks in the game. A big time dude in Vegas right now, he's in a wheelchair having multiple cold ones. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because of his game, because his mind, because his confidence, right? So when you understand that, you'll realize, and I'm not saying what people saying ain't true. Well, you get your money right, get this right, get that right. But man, how many dudes do you know who having millions of dollars who still get treated like nothing by their woman, even though clearly they have more value? If you don't feel like you got value, it don't matter.
Money's only one part of it.
Exactly.
It's like you want to have money because it makes life better. The more complete you are as a man, right? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Get the money for yourself, but not to try to buy the broad. But that's what most of these do. I think they're getting people's messages misconstrued. They like, okay, get this money and then you're going to be able to have action. No, you get this money. Now you're only seen as a trick, and now you can buy them. I'm not buying no broad no matter how much money I got. They always talk about, okay, man, if you got all this money, man, she can't say nothing to me. The broad can't say nothing to me if I was broke, right? The requirements of my respect isn't predicated on the money I got. And if you predicated on the money you got, if it took you to get some money to put some bass in your voice, man, you not that dude. You know what I'm saying? And she really don't respect you because you can't buy respect. Because that money gone, she's not gonna respect you. If a woman don't respect me before the money, with me not giving her nothing, then she can't fuck with me anyway. But see, most of these dudes, they'll fuck with a woman and they're leading with their money, so they never find out that woman don't really like them. She only like the money because they led with that. You didn't even give that woman a chance to like you. You made her fall in love with your hand. So now when you take the hand away, she feels disappointed. Had you led with you, but people get mad when a woman wants you for your money. Well, that's what you led with. You should, if you wanted to lead with your character, then cheetah likes your character. Women get mad, oh, he only wants me for sex. You led with your sexuality. That's a fact. What you lead with, people will want from you.
Yeah. No, that's a fact. The kind of bait you put out is going to determine the kind of fish you catch.
Exactly. I mean, people see that I look like this, but this is a tactic. I don't talk about money with my women at all. I never bring up money. I never try to stunt money. I mean, I'm gonna look like money because, man, that's just how I'm gonna look, man. I like to get chose with my mouth closed, but I don't talk about money. I don't lead with my money, because you're teaching your woman what to value. You teach you know how dangerous it is to throw money in your woman's face, because you're teaching her to value money, and it's always somebody with more money than you. So when you teach her that money is the most important thing, and you throw it in her face, then there's always going to be a man that can take you from her. But if you teach her character, morals, value, your style, your swag, your confidence, all of these things, your wisdom, your intellect, if you teach her that's what we value in this household, then when she see another man with money that's trying to get action at her, she's going to see him as just another goofy with money if he doesn't have these attributes. That's why the women that fuck with me, it's not about the money, because I'm not giving her this, I'm not giving her that. We have a nice lifestyle because I am who I am. But when we started, it wasn't about that. It's because of who I am. She fell in love with the things that she likes about me. And if you're not feeling willing to lead with that, and you're just leading with the bag to compensate for your lack of personality, then it's always going to be, it's
money can't be a coping mechanism.
Niggas stand on their money because that's all they got.
Even in this podcast, we talk about money, muscle, and mindset. The cornerstones, right? You're gonna get your money right for sure, right? Because you got to, especially if you got a family or something, you can't be out bullshitting with the money. But you got to get your muscle right. It's like your body. You got to have your body right, and then you got to have your mindset right. You know what I'm saying? So, and if you have all those things together, it's like, how could she just like you? If she's smart, she's everything about you. If you mastered all three of those.
Man, I like money, muscle, mindset, And man, come on, man. These dudes don't really understand, man. When you really got a mind on you, you got some intellect, you quick witty, you can say some slick fly point. You know, a woman loves a man that she can learn from. That's attractive. I don't know what these dudes don't understand that. If you could teach a woman and she could learn from you, man, that means they pussy wet. I ain't gonna lie to you. Man, I promise you, ask for women. Women love a man they could learn from. They could get some game from. You lace her up, you teach her some things a man ain't never taught her. Man, she'll never go fuck with another man because you done laced her with something she ain't never had before. Either you don't have the information or you don't find that valuable about yourself, so you don't lead with it. I think my game is the most valuable thing about me, so that's the first thing I try to show to a woman. You know, I'm displaying. I lean on my game with a woman, not my money or none of this.
Where can people find out more about you?
Young Goldie _ on Instagram, Game Guy Goldie on YouTube, GoldieRatio.com if you want to get all my products.
Come on, y'all need to tap in.
Come on, man. Yeah, who giving you game like this, man? They ain't talking like this because they ain't live like this, man. They want you to pay for the broad, and you ain't a real man unless you pay for it, man.